Hey guys, welcome back to the second episode of the Ultimate Ironman tips and tricks. And last time we talked about smithing, and so this episode we're actually going to talk about mining, which you think is related because traditionally that's how the skill is trained. But no, as an Ultimate Ironman, it's actually not. Well, you could, it's just not as fun or AFK as the method I'm about to show you. So as you can see here, I actually found a shooting star in free to play, and I'll explain that there's a significance to that. But the mining a star is probably the most AFK thing you can do in the whole entire game. You click on it and you literally go away. Okay, so let's talk about why mining stars are so good and some of the pointers for mining stars. So they drop randomly into the world every about 2 hour-ish. So I've noticed usually on the dot of even hours, so like 8 a.m., 12 a.m., 2 a.m. And they despawn if no one finds them by then. When you click on it, you just keep mining. That's the best part of it. And when you get Stardust, you have to be a member to use the Stardust. You will go to Falador and you can trade it in for either clay packs or gem packs, both of which are super useful. Oh, you can also trade for a ring that increases your mining passively, like invisibly, and also some recolors for the prospector, but that's not important for the point of this video. The point of this video is it's great mining experience. In pay-to-play worlds, the mining is double than free-to-play, but there's a catch here. Remember earlier when I said free-to-play, there's something about free-to-play. In free-to-play worlds, because you cannot scout a star using your house, because there's no house in free-to-play, the only way to find a star in free-to-play is you have to hop the worlds at the star drop locations until you find one. So what that means is it's a lot of work, and a lot of people is not going to do that. And because of that, you won't have much competition. That's the beauty of it. So if you find a star, usually you can mine it for the full 2 hours, or however long the star has left. And that's why it's such good AFK experience. In a pay-to-play world, there are clans, there are people scouting stars. So most likely you'll find a star, but there's like 10 to 20 people there, and the star will last like only 5 minutes, or maybe 10 minutes, I don't know. But basically you won't get much experience. It's not AFK because there's so many people mining it. And that's why this episode for mining, I'm going to introduce shooting stars. So earlier I mentioned how you could look for stars, and you can see in the upper right hand corner where I have multiple phones in my hand. I actually just have two, but basically it's pretty easy. Just create two free-to-play accounts and start scouting by hopping the worlds from the top to the bottom. So let's zoom in a bit. As you can see those are my two phones, and I can do this while I'm mining my star on my main. That way I can always set up the next star. And the locations for free-to-play stars are very easy. So here's one here. I actually have an alt in every single location, it's pretty easy. Just go to the wiki and it lists all the locations. And after you mine a bit, you'll just know where all they are. Some places are very packed though, but that's just the nature of it. So see there, you could hop with the alt if you have another phone somewhere. But here we're just gonna check a different one. Yeah, you just have to you just have to make a couple of off accounts. And then let's actually talk about some other mining methods, because obviously mining stars in my opinion is the best, but I believe most people are still in the meta of saying, oh, you should do like mother low mine and that sort of stuff. And that's actually pretty important too, because mother low mine is required to get the prospector's outfit, which is for hard diaries or Falador. So you're going to eventually need to do that, and the outfit will increase your experience in mining stars too. So that's one thing. And the other one is honestly just mining iron ores and dropping it. I think everyone already know that. That's probably the method to get to mother low mine. But personally, I would just get like level 20 to 30 mining, and I'll just go to shooting stars, because by then you can mine level 2 to level 3 stars, and from there you'll get to like level 60 in almost no time. So it's really quick. And now let's look at the loot from mining stars. So you can see here, this loot here was me. I think it was about 120k Stardust, all done in free-to-play. And then I just came to a pay-to-play world and let's look at how many gems I got there. And you could do so much with this, right? There's definitely free crafting experience for sure, but you could also make them into jewelry and outfit. You could make them into boat tips for your boats. so much you can do. Yeah, it's so like shooting stars is super profitable even for Ultimate Ironman because the things are noted, the gyms are noted. Here's another video of me getting 200k Stardust later on free to play again. Yeah, it's just it's so FK, and let's see how much this is. I think that's like almost 20 mil worth of gems or something like that. Yeah, so much experience. For the Dragon Stones, I actually make some jewelry and outfit, a lot of money there. For rubies and diamonds, I'll make both tips if I need them. If not, I just sell them to the gem seller. That's actually a decent profit. The sapphires, the emeralds are kind of like they don't sell for a lot, so I usually just dump them in the general store. So like you could go to Remington, that guy will unnote your stuff, and you can sell directly to the general store nearby. Or if you are a member, you could go to the Rose Guild. That guy will buy for high out value. But as you sell more gems, the value goes down. So like at the end of the day, it's not all experience. For newer players, like let's say you don't have all these other money making methods, I would actually suggest using the gems and then getting gold bars and making jewelry and alchemy. It'll set your account up just as good as say doing CV99 or Carpet Gauntlet. It's a lot of money. So in conclusion, guys, mining for Ultimate Ironman is pretty straightforward. You got your normal stuff like iron mining, power iron mining. You got mother load mine. There's some other methods like volcanic mine stuff. I have never done it in my life. Maybe it's better, maybe it's not. I just don't know. But in my opinion, the best is shooting stars. It's FK, it's profitable. It does take a little bit of work, but if you're in free to play, there's no competition. And you could be doing other stuff like reading a book while you might shooting stars, watching a video. It's more FK than say chopping wood or even Nightmare Zone. It's just yeah. Before I found out about shooting stars, my mining level was only 60. I hated power mining. I hated mining. It was not FK. It was not enjoyable. With shooting stars, I'm currently 93 mining, and my crafting got boosted up to 92 too. And I have not done any charterships since then. I'll probably be mentioning this again in my crafting video. But that's it for Ultimate